How lit does a player gotta be to make an entire stadium forget one of the fiercest rivalries in soccer history and just go wild cheering for a dude from their arch nemesis? Sounds like cap, but that's straight up what went down on November 19th, 2005, when Ronaldinho, balling out for Barcelona, dropped his magic and straight up schooled Real Madrid, getting those rival fans to stand and clap for him right in the heart of Santiago Bernabeu. That El Clasico was for the books, man. A face-off between the two sickest teams on the planet, duking it out for the top spot in La Liga. Both squads were stacked with talent that could make any current club jelly. Barca, with Ronaldinho leading the charge, had legends like Messi, Deco, Eto'o, and Xavi backing him up. And Real, known back then as the Galacticos, had a squad that was the envy of the era, loaded with stars like Ronaldo, Robinho, Beckham, Sergio Ramos, Roberto Carlos, Casillas, and Zidane. They were mad strong. The kind of team that could intimidate anyone, but not Barcelona, because they had Ronaldinho at his peak, a true soccer wizard who could pull off insane moves. The game kicked off and Ronaldinho wasn't looking like he was gonna light it up. Dude was making basic mistakes that got peeps questioning his game today. Just 3 minutes in, R10 gets this sick pass from Xavi and goes at Real's defense, but they get their act together quick and shut down any shot at a goal. But then the Galacticos defenders straight up snatched the ball from the Brazilian ace and hit a counter, which gets cut off by a foul from Barca. Next up, in another Barca push, Messi gets fouled by Sergio Ramos. The go-to guy for kicks was the main man, Ronaldinho, known for his killer skills from way out, posing a major threat. But this time, R10's aim was off, and the ball hits the wall, bouncing back only to be blocked again by the opposition. Following that, Xavi slips another dope pass to Ronaldinho, who takes on Real's defender, but ends up letting the ball roll out of play. Less than 6 minutes into the game, Ronaldinho had a few shots, but no luck in any. The match was getting super intense, with both teams throwing down and racking up fouls left and right. At one point, Deco even walked off the field bleeding. No cap! Rolling up on the 10-minute mark, Ronaldinho started showing off his mad skills, dropping this insane assist to Eto'o, who was this close to netting the game's first goal. But nah, the ball went out. Then, a few minutes later, Real Madrid clapped back with a similar move. David Beckham whipped up a sweet pass to Robinho, who took on Barca's defender, but he also missed the shot. By the 14th minute, Barca went all in. Messi got the ball just past midfield and linked up with Eto'o, who sliced through Real's defense and bagged the first goal for Barca right in the Santiago Bernabeu. Real's fans were heated, throwing shade and booing like crazy. But that vibe was about to flip. Heading towards the 20th minute, Ronaldinho got the ball mid-pitch and blasted forward with his slick moves and speed, dishing it to Eto'o. Eto'o tried to hit it back, but a real defender was on it, blocking the pass. From that point on, Ronaldinho was all about flexing his slick skills, pulling off more and more solo plays. The Galacticos were trying to get their attack game on, but they were kinda out of sync. Like when Ronaldo whipped out this dope backheel pass that didn't find anyone up front. At the 25-minute mark, Real made another run at it, with Roberto Carlos flipping the script to Mikel Salgado, who set up Robinho for the shot. But the keeper came through with the save. Close to the 27-minute mark, Ronaldinho went for another play, this time cutting through the middle, trying to link up with Messi. But Real's defenders were on it and snagged the ball. Then, around the 29th minute, Barca launched another attack, with Eto'o playing off Messi, who got the ball in a prime spot and scored, but the goal got called off. Less than a minute later, Messi went for another run through the middle that almost ended in a goal. The brilliance of the young Argentine, just 18 at the time, was starting to show, but he was still kinda in the shadow of the Brazilian maestro. 37 minutes in, Barca went on the offensive again, with Ronaldinho getting the ball in the box. But Casillas, sharp as ever, swooped in and snatched it. Ronaldinho was totally owning the game, and by the 40th minute, he snagged another killer pass from Xavi, handling the ball with all the swag and flair, taking it to the opposition's defenders. He made some room and whipped in a cross to Messi, who ended up heading it just wide. As the clock ticked, you could totally tell Ronaldinho was on a mission to win this game, pulling off all sorts of risky moves. The way Ronaldinho played was straight up fire, like that backheel pass he dropped for the Dutch dude Van Bronckhorst. First half was winding down, and Ronaldinho was all about that hustle. At the 45th minute mark, he got a long ball from Puyol and went head-to-head with the opposing defense. Tried to make some space to cross, but got blocked. Then, on the rebound, he got the ball back, and this time, pulled out all his tricks to weave through Real's defenders and break into the box, but got cut off at the last second. first half wrapped up with Ronaldinho looking fierce, like he was ready to take on the world in the second half. Second half kicked off with Ronaldinho going all out, trying to bang in a goal from distance right at the 4-minute mark. Just a few minutes later, Real Madrid loses the ball and Barca hits them with a counter, with Ronaldinho sprinting at full speed and dishing it out to Van Bronckhorst, who's got a clear shot, but bummer, he sends the ball flying out. At the 10-minute mark, R10 pops up again, showing off his insane game vision with a sweet pass to Xavi, who then sets up Messi for a shot at goal. But tough luck, they're up against Casillas, one of the GOATs! With all these shots being fired, it was only a matter of time before Barca would net another. And sure enough, around the 14-minute mark of the second half, during a counter, Ronaldinho gets the ball midfield and decides he's going to solo this one. The Brazilian superstar uses his mad skills and ball control to juke out every defender and slots a beauty into the corner, leaving no chance for a save. Casillas is just standing there, all kinds of frustrated, can't believe he just got soloed by one guy who then lands the goal. And just when Real fans thought it couldn't get any worse, bam! With the score at 2-0 for Barcelona, the Galacticos were desperate for a comeback. It was just not cool for a squad stacked with talent to get schooled by their arch rivals at a packed Santiago Bernabeu. 15 minutes into the second half, Beckham snags a bad pass from Barca and kicks off an assault with his crew. Zidane gets the ball and slides it to Robinho, who's deep in the box, manages to make some room and whips it across, but there's no one there to finish, and the ball just sails by. Seems like luck was totally ditching Real Madrid. Then, Real goes for another strike, with Zidane getting a clear shot at goal, but only managing a weak kick, making it an easy save for Barca's keeper. Now it's Ronaldinho's turn to make a comeback, and around the 19-minute mark of the second half, he sneaks up and steals the ball from Sergio Ramos, sparking a counter for Barca. Eto'o blasts off with mad speed, and Ronaldinho's right there to meet the ball in the middle. Just as Eto'o dishes the pass to Ronaldinho, Sergio Ramos jumps in, cutting off the pass and blocking what could have been another sick goal by the Brazilian star. Real Madrid was feeling the heat, knowing they had to step it up big time or things were going to get way worse. At the 23-minute mark of the second half, they push forward with Zidane feeding Ronaldo, who's ahead and goes for goal, but ends up netting an offside goal. Ronaldo's frustration was through the roof, especially since their biggest chance in the whole game just got called off. While Real Madrid struggled to score, Barcelona kept on the pressure with Ronaldinho masterminding the plays. But Barca wasn't up against just any team. They were facing the Galacticos, who weren't about to take an L lying down. 31 minutes in, Real launched another assault with Robinho and Mikel Salgado linking up, almost landing a goal. But Victor Valdés came through with a clutch save. But to the dismay of Real fans, Ronaldinho was about to smash any hope of a comeback. Just a minute later, at the 32nd, on a Barca counter, Ronaldinho gets the ball and takes on Sergio Ramos. Blasting past with his insane speed and ball control, he pulls off a slick body feint to throw Ramos off balance and breezes past, creating just enough space to rip another stunning goal. But what really blew everyone's mind was the reaction from the Real Madrid fans, who, instead of booing the rival's goal, just dropped the rivalry vibe and stood up to clap for the Brazilian superstar's brilliance. It was one of those rare moments where Ronaldinho's talent, magic, and genius overshadowed even the fans' loyalty to their own team. At that point, it felt like no rivalry could stop the appreciation for R10's skills. Ronaldinho himself has said in interviews that this game was one for the history books.
Jogo, que entrou para a história, então é sempre uma alegria muito grande recordar.
After that stunner, Barcelona kept the heat on Real Madrid, nearly bagging more goals. But the Galacticos pulled it together, holding the line, and the match wrapped up 3-0, with Ronaldinho stealing the spotlight. The next day, newspapers worldwide were all over the scene at Santiago Bernabeu, highlighting the historic moment when Real's fans gave Ronaldinho a standing ovation. But this Brazilian legend has had his share of epic showdowns, like that time he went head-to-head with Neymar, proving who's the real dribbling king. Curious? Then check out our video on that legendary match.